So it happened, they did it, the Mario movie released. Critics say,
Mamma mia!
while fans say, Yippee! But what do I say? Well, seriously, I love Mario. I played every mainline entry from Super Mario World to Odyssey, and even some spin-offs here and there, like the Mario and Luigi series, and even the Paper Mario series, you know, before it became complete and utter dog shit. So I was extremely excited to see a more story-heavy adventure with Mario and the gang, to see some of their personalities that you don't normally see from the games. If only I knew. Before I get into that though, let's just start off with the obvious. This movie is gorgeous, with the visuals and the sound design being some of Illumination's best. It's just so amazing how they made this nonsense video game world feel so detailed and believable. You know, despite the floating blocks and such. It's just so colourful and detailed, making it so visually appealing. And all the little Mario jingles and sound effects, as well as the amazing music, makes it feel like a Mario game come to life. The characters are so expressive, and the whole thing is just animated wonderfully. Honestly, if the story and characters was given as much effort and attention as the world, there'd be no problems. Alas. The story is so bare bones, with little to no character development. The pacing of this movie could give you whiplash. They obviously wanted to show as much Mario stuff as they possibly could, so they just rushed to each set piece one after the other, just to get past each plot point as fast as they can, just so they can shove more Mario eye candy at you, without giving any time to flesh out the characters. It's like getting a 5-minute museum tour, you know what I mean? It's like I saw all the cool artifacts and stuff, but I didn't learn anything or hear the story. What's the point? Now remember guys, I'm a Mario fan too. I had that warm fuzzy feeling inside and a big goofy smile on my face when I seen DK dancing to the DK rap on the big screen myself. But a lot of references does not a good movie make. Not that I think that it's bad. It's fine I guess. If you're a big Mario fan, you're going to be as happy as can be. But it does have a lot of flaws, and I can totally see why non-Mario fans would walk away not liking this movie. That being said though, some of the critics and their reviews are outrageous and totally deranged. I've seen some comments saying that Disney was bribing the critics to give a bad score on purpose, and although I thought those claims were silly, I too got the old tinfoil hat out after reading some of these reviews. One was claiming that it was Illumination's only bad film. What? Jeez, that critic must have been eating a bunch of mushrooms themselves. And another review was claiming Mario was outrageously offensive. I'm sorry, but if you find Mario offensive, you shouldn't be seeing movies. You should be seeing doctors. But still, if you ignore the people that broke out of their mental institutes in order to leave these reviews, you'll find that there are some genuine critiques and flaws of the movie. The 80s rock shoehorned in being one of them. Like AC/DC, Take On Me, I Need a Hero, they just don't fit and are really jarring. I can only assume that was one of Illumination's bright ideas. Plus the humour not being all that great, with it mostly relying so much on Mario references and slow-mo shots and reused jokes. I swear they used Seth Rogen's laugh like 5 times.
They are weird. Super weird. So funny.
Like one of their jokes was Mario hates mushrooms. You get it? Because he eats a lot of mushrooms in the games, but in the movie he thinks they're yucky. Still, the humour's not all bad. It did have me grinning quite a few times, with one of the highlights being this morbid baby Luma character. That is now one of my top 5 favourite Mario characters. Ooh. Sandwiched right between Birdo and Monty Mole, look at that. Woohoo! And I would much rather have poor, predictable humour than cringe or pop culture humour, like the Sonic movie.
Sonic 1, a big tank 0. I'm sorry, did we get that on camera?
How are you not dead?
I have no idea. Do you see me dancing?
Yes, I saw you dance.
I can only imagine that this movie was spurred that fate thanks to Nintendo just standing behind Illumination, cracking their knuckles like, go on, make Mario floss. Go on, do it. See what it gets you, go on. And as well as the humour, I can also see people not liking Chris Pratt as Mario, despite him being so cool. Now people will have their own opinions on it, so I'm just going to play a small clip from the movie to give you an example, and I'll let you judge it for yourself.
It's a Mario.
Now, you see, that's just not Mario to me. I wasn't really feeling Mario in that performance. But I didn't really have that much of a problem with the rest of the cast and their performance. Except for Cranky, he didn't sound old or cranky. He was by far the worst performance, by far. He just didn't put his heart and soul into it. I'm sorry guy who played Cranky Kong, but it's true. You stink! Out of all the characters, I only really had an issue with 3, well, 1 really, and then minor issues with the other 2, but we'll get into them near the end. Honestly, the big main issues dragging the Mario movie down is the extremely poor story and non-existent character development. And the issues I've seen to defend it are so stupid. A simple game story doesn't mean the movie story has to suffer. Isn't the point of a movie to expand the characters and universe? What's the point of it being a movie if the story's no good or just so flawed from the get-go? Why excuse poor quality, in this case the story, just because you like the IP? If you like the IP, shouldn't you want it to be the best, instead of just the bare minimum? Why should people have to have low expectations to enjoy something? Look the new Puss in Boots, or the Peanuts movie and the Lego movie. They had no right being as good as they was. It's not like they was just oozing with amazing story potential, but they came out amazing, with beautiful, enjoyable, engaging, well-crafted stories. Why can't the Mario movie be like that? People are saying that they want spin-offs and other Nintendo movies, but those games don't have good stories either, so what's the point? DK is Monkey Finds Stolen Banana. Luigi's Mansion is Luigi busts ghosts to save Mario. Punch-Out is small boxer boxes everyone to become champion. Like, is that all you want from a Punch-Out movie? Mac punching people and getting punched until he wins? No character development or world exploration? No experimentation of the formula? Just the game, but bigger? What's the point in that? I get it, guys. Video game movies have only just started becoming something more than hate crimes against the fan base. And no one wants their Bowsers to look like this, or their Goombas to look like that. Ooh. And they definitely don't want their Sonics to look like this. Ugh. But representing the source material in a respectable way should be the bare minimum, not celebrated and applauded. Again, you can like the Mario iconography. I did, I loved it. But pretending it's the best thing ever because Mario looks like Mario and does Mario things is a bit sad. And a movie should be more than just bright lights and action sequences. And it's even sadder to start ripping into people and dogpiling them, trying to ground their bones to dust and having meltdowns, just because someone didn't enjoy the Bing Bing Wahoo Man movie as much as you did. Get a grip. Again, I enjoyed it. I left the theatre with a big smile on my face. I loved watching Mario get savagely beaten by a big monkey and cause fatal car accidents. It was a blast. And if you're a Mario fan, you should watch the movie too. You'll also enjoy it. I'm glad it was such a love letter to the fans, and I hope it does well so Nintendo make more movies using their IPs. But I can totally see why a non-Mario fan wouldn't really enjoy this. And I hate to say it, Bubby, but I'm not really excited for the future. If Mario Movie 2 gets announced, I'll put it on my bucket list for sure, but I ain't rushing to the theatres anytime soon to see it. Despite that lame ass after credit scene, I cannot believe they thought that was a stand up and clap moment. What the I'm sorry, but why should I feel hyped for the next story when all they did for this story was the bare minimum? Having the bar so low that all they had to do was step over it to succeed. Adding random plot points that go nowhere and brought up just to do nothing with. Just to give them the illusion of storytelling. Like Luigi's fear and his over-reliance on Mario. Bowser getting the star. Peach not knowing where she came from. Mario and Peach's love dynamic. Donkey Kong's daddy issues. Also, Mario has daddy issues as well. I'll go more in depth with them later, but now let's go over those three characters I mentioned before. Bowser. Now, I love Bowser. Jack Black was born to play him, he's incredible, and Jack Black brings so much energy and passion to the performance. He's by far the best actor. But the writing. The damn writing. Did he have to be such a sim? Bowser is so thirsty for Peach in this movie, and Oasis couldn't quench him, I'm telling you. Now, Bowser wanting to get his claws on Peach is nothing new, but to see him so head over shell in love with her, I'm not gonna lie, it was kinda strange. I always saw Bowser more of a Gaston kind of fella, you know? Wanting Peach because he thinks he's the best, and so he deserves the best. Peach being more of a beautiful trophy, rather than someone he genuinely loves. And who else is he gonna marry, you know? Birdo? Pfft, no. Oh god, think of the children. It's not like him loving Peach is a bad thing. It was surprising, but not necessarily bad. And we got a masterfully crafted song by Jack Black because of it.
Peaches, 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 peaches. Ah! Oh, yeah!
They just went so overboard with it. They ended up doing the thing I feared most, making the main villain a joke. I hate it when movies do that. Ooh, I fucking ooh. Most of the time I felt like they cut back to him just to tell a joke about him loving Peach. I'm not gonna lie, I liked it better when he was threatening to kill Luigi in front of Mario. That is such a Bowser thing to do, you know? But even in those few moments when he is being intimidating, they still shoehorn in how much he loves Peach, and how everything he's doing is for her. They even have a scene where him practicing asking her out, like a dog. Makes me want to root for the guy, you know? Look at this cute little guy. No, bless him. Now, the female. I think Donkey said it best when he said,
Princess Peach is nothing like Princess Peach.
And after seeing the movie, I do think they made her way too much of a Mary Sue girl boss who could do no wrong and everyone loves. And before you start with the tippity tapping, I get it, Peach is sometimes playable, and she even has her own spin-off game where she does the saving for a change. Mario fan, remember? But making her more independent is one thing, but they went way too over the top with it. She's basically just Mulan from that awful live action remake. During the training sequence, Mario fails quite a few times, to which Peach says, "Don't worry about it. Everyone fails on their first try." To Mario responds, "How many times did it take you?" Only for Peach to say, "Well, I did it on my first try." That shit had me rolling my eyes hard. Like really, no attempt to make her more grounded and likeable. Nothing about how she herself failed, but kept trying for the sake of her kingdom and her toads. Until she got where she was today. No, she just came straight out the womb with a black belt and a PhD. Great, amazing, fantastic, great personality. I love it. Peach has always been this highly feminine character. Even in Smash she fights by slapping, hitting people with frying pans. Her ultimate move is to dance and put her foes to sleep, then booty bounce them straight to hell. But here, in this movie, she solos Bowser and all his minions easy with Kung Fu, no problem. Oh boy, I sure do love a movie with no stakes. That being said, despite what the highly aggressive, super anti-woke Muppets say, I don't think the Mario movie is ruining Peach. It's just a different take on the character. I'm not a fan of the new take, but it's just a take. Sonic is portrayed different in his movies than in the games. I don't see anyone saying Sonic movie is ruining Sonic. Again, as far as the girl boss cliche goes, it feels like this has Illumination's mitts all over it, but I don't think it has anything to do with that now meaningless word wokeness or those pesky blue-haired feminists. I think the girl boss cliche is just a product of our time, like the overabundance of pop culture and meta humour and TikTok dances. It's just a shame that instead of adding to her old personality, they decided to rewrite her old personality with this new boring cliche. And just to be clear, the reason I don't like this version of Peach is the same reason I wouldn't like a version of Samus Aran baking cakes, singing with birds, blowing kisses, and making cutesy little heart shapes with her hands, okay? It's just not the same character. Now, the worst character. Ooh, I'm mad. This fucking banana-sucking shit-flinger is such an annoying asshole douchebag man-child. I can see why they hired Seth Rogen to play him. No, but seriously, look at this. At the premiere, look at all the cast going above and beyond, dressing up like the characters for the fans and to have some fun. And then there's this fun sucker over here. All you had to do was wear a red tie. You had the easiest job. You fucking piece of... But me not liking Seth isn't the problem with DK. Again, it comes down to the writing. In this movie, DK hates Mario for no reason, to like unreal degrees he hates him. He hates him more than Bowser, and for no reason. He's such an asshole. Every word that comes out of his mouth is him just being a dick to Mario for no reason. At one point in the movie, Mario and Peach are having a cute moment, talking about Mario's world and how no one in there has sleepless nights wondering if a giant turtle will come and kill them in their sleeps, only for DK to come in out of the blue and be all like, "Oh, wow, are you flirting? That's so cringe, you're such a loser. She doesn't like you, man. She's not gonna let you stick your tiny baby penis in her. Wow, you're so cringe, you're such a loser. Fuck you, Mario, I hate you." What? There wasn't even flirting, they were just talking. It just comes out of nowhere. And he does this constantly, by the way, all throughout the film. When him and Mario get separated from the others, they have like a moment where DK says that his dad thinks he's a joke. He doesn't, by the way, not really, it's just kind of contrived. It's kind of stupid, it doesn't really make any sense. And in an attempt to form some type of bond with him and to try and cheer him up, Mario confesses that his dad thinks he's a joke too. Only for Donkey Kong to immediately respond with, "Oh, good, he's right, he should hate you, you are a joke. I bet he's happy you're stuck in this floating block nonsense world. He can finally sleep happy without regretting not pulling out sooner. I hate you so much." Okay, well, that's another scene ruined. It's so weird, he doesn't let up for a single point of the movie. At one point they have this cinematic shot of all the characters in their carts lined up, and again, randomly, without any prompt or warning, DK turns his head towards Mario and goes, "I hate you," and then turns his head back. It's like, okay, what are you, Helga from A. Arnold? What the fuck was that about? Honestly, if you'd ask me, DK and all the Kong stuff should have just been cut from the film and saved for their own movie. They don't really add anything. They're just there to fill out the runtime. But they could have just filled the runtime out by going into and addressing some of the plot points they bring up. Such as... Spoilers, by the way. I'm going to be talking about spoilers now. It's spoiled. Mario's daddy issues. Oh boy. No Mario movie is complete without that. In this movie, they ditched Mario's origins of being saved by Yoshi as a baby in favour of that stupid Brooklyn origin, so you get to see his real mum, his dad, and some of his other relatives, like regular Geppetto and Luigi? But there's just one problem. His dad hates him. Why does everyone in this movie hate Mario? At the family dinner table, when everyone's digging into a delicious dish of pasta and mushrooms, oh boy, a rare delicacy, I'm sure, Mario asks his dad what he thinks of his new plumbing business, to which his dad responds, "Mario, how could you? You ruined not only your life, but Luigi, who's totally not a grown man and can make his own choices in life. So you must be blamed instead. It really was a sad, sad day when you crawled out of the abortion bucket and followed us home, a mamma mia," which causes Mario to storm away, wanting nothing more than to get the big thumbs up from Pappy.
All I ever wanted was a thumbs up from Poppy.
But they never bring this up again, except for Mario to relate to Donkey Kong, and then at the end, where Mario's dad is finally proud of him, and all Mario had to do to get his approval was beat a giant demon dinosaur turtle into oblivion. See, that's how easy it was. Gee Mario, I bet you're feeling pretty silly storming away now, eh? Now let's move on to Luigi's fear and his over-reliance on Mario. Luigi in this movie is his shy, timid self that we all know and love. Remember the year of the Luigi? I don't. Seriously, did they do anything for that year? I seriously don't remember. I know that they lost money, but I don't remember them doing anything. At the beginning of the film, Mario stands up to a big bully picking on him and Luigi, resulting in him getting knocked to the floor and the bully laughing as he walks away, with Luigi asking Mario what he was thinking standing up to someone much bigger than him, to which Mario states, "You can't just be scared all the time." I originally believed this to be foreshadowing for the end of the film, when Luigi stands up to Bowser, but nope. I especially thought this would play into the plot in some way, when Luigi sees a castle while he's getting carried away by Bowser's minions, causing him to have a flashback of him being bullied as a baby, where Mario once again comes in to save Luigi and stand up to the bully. Originally I thought this was meant to portray how Mario is always there for Luigi, time and time again, while no one is ever there for Mario, making Luigi feel kinda bad and selfish, for always needing to be the one to be saved, and never being there for Mario, because he's always scared. But no, they seem to just show this scene to shoehorn in a Baby Mario and Luigi reference. I thought this would be the beginning of a redemption arc for Luigi, of him breaking free of his cage in the dungeon and going on his own quest to find Mario and possibly saving the other prisoners. But no, he's just a fucking canary, stuck in the cage for the entire film. I thought at the very, very least that in the end, after Mario gets beaten up by Bowser and he's cowering in the diner from the beginning of the movie, Luigi would throw a rock at Bowser and tell him to leave his brother alone, in an attempt to distract him and take some of the heat off Mario. You know, mirroring the beginning of the film where Mario would stand up to the big bully for Luigi. But again, no. Peach comes in to save Mario from Bowser, because of course, Luigi isn't even the one to give Mario a pep talk. Mario just sees himself in the advert from the beginning of the film, and that's what convinces him to get back out there and stop Bowser. How egotistical is that? I can only imagine him going back out there to face Bowser thinking to himself, "This one's for you, me." Fucking stupid. Poor Luigi. He had so much potential, but they'd gone to do him dirty. How could they do that to my boy Green Mario? What the hell? But it's not just Luigi, there's tons of moments like that where they just bring things up, only to never go anywhere with them, develop them, or bring them up again. The most strange example of this is Peach not knowing where she came from. She just states the Toads found her near a warp pipe as a baby and they made her the princess. But why even mention this? Just to do absolutely nothing with it? What's the point? You might as well just saved it for the sequel. Again, just like the previous flashback, I can only assume this was just to shoehorn in a baby character reference, because one wasn't enough, I guess. It's the same with Mario and Peach's love dynamic. It's never explored. They just show a somewhat cute moment scene hinting at it, and then it's forgotten about. Dust in the wind. Never brought up again. Just like the fucking star power-up. Oh my god, the star power-up. When Bowser was shown getting the star in the final trailer, everyone was speculating that the movie would be about travelling the Mushroom Kingdom to stop Bowser from collecting the rest. Like it was some big important plot point. But it turns out, there's only one. And it's just the equivalent to a fucking Stairmaster or a guitar. Bowser just wants it because it looks cool. He never fucking uses the thing. Despite saying he will and having multiple opportunities, he's just like, nah. In the end, the thing ends up being his own downfall, because he never really needs it. He makes mincemeat out of Mario, and gets the girl, all without it. He doesn't need it. But because Luigi and Mario think waste not want not, they use it and make short work of Bowser's army, and to give Bowser himself a great mighty pummeling. Don't know how Mario knew how this particular power-up worked. He clearly didn't know how the other ones worked. And don't get me started on Luigi. Why Luigi just knows all about the power-ups despite being in a cage for the whole movie is beyond me. Luigi's character just does a complete 180 out of nowhere. Just goes from coward to John Wick in a heartbeat. Ludicrous. That's what I say about that. Ludicrous. I'm also not a fan of these endings that give the main protagonist shiny golden god mode. It just takes all the tension and excitement out of the scene. Like I might as well just leave at that point because I know exactly how it's going to end. It can only end in one way. With the main villain ending up in a hospital bed. Although the Mario movie, to be fair, did make it entertaining. Watching the Mario Bros bouncing and running around, turning Mario's army to dust and then following the turd Bowser's ass asunder. Unlike in the Sonic movie, where Sonic just goes Super Sonic and just stands there, allowing Eggman to break himself upon him. Overall, the Mario movie is a solid 6 out of 10. It's like a child clapping for the first time. It's cute, but nothing special. It's mostly bogged down by what it doesn't do rather than what it does do. If it only had some of that ambition the games are known for, it could have been something truly special. But I guess you can't fault them for wanting to play it safe on such a big gamble. But now they've hit the jackpot. Fucking big time. Woohoo! Look at that number. Woohoo! That's a lot of zeros. That's a spicy box office success. I'd like to see them aim a little higher next time. All they gotta do is work on the story a little more. Oh, and Nintendo, could you do one thing for me? Could you start using the real fucking King Boo? This isn't King Boo, okay? This is not King Boo. This is a slightly bigger than average Boo with a crown on its head. This is King Boo, okay? Look at that. That is King Boo, okay? The man is royalty and he's dead, for fuck's sake, okay? Show him some respect. Oh, and Hollywood, this one's for you. Every movie having an after credit scene is starting to really bug me now. So let's not start adding 2 after credit scenes, okay? That's just wacky nonsense. Cut that shit out right now. Wasting my time? And while I'm on the subject, Nintendo, are you serious? No Bowser Jr. or Wario, Yoshi, fucking Yoshi? We've already seen a bunch of Yoshis during the movie. Hardly a shocking reveal, is it? Fucking what kind of after credit scene is that? Next time show Tatanga, I'll just fuck off with you, you piece of...
We're the Mario Brothers, and plumbing's a game. We're not like the others who get all the fame. When your sink is in trouble, you could call us on the double. We're faster than the others, you'll be hooked on the brothers.